Zimbabwe, like many developing countries, face the challenge of child malnutrition. Zimbabwe's stunting rate stands at 27%. It is from this background that the Insects for Nutrition research team, made up of investigators from Marondera University of Agricultural Sciences, Chinhoyi University of Technology, the University of Zimbabwe, Food and Nutrition Council, as well as Abertay University and Sheffield University from the United Kingdom, is developing an insect protein enriched porridge to fight child malnutrition in Zimbabwe.
This project is targeted at solving the malnutrition issues in Zimbabwe. So you find malnutrition in children is very high, almost at a triple burden of malnutrition. So this project is targeted at solving the issue of micronutrient deficiency. Our target is school-going children, but also have realized that even the adults, we can still address the same challenge in the adults. So in micronutrients, we're talking about your zinc deficiency, iron deficiency, women of childbearing age, children of school-going age. So we are targeting and solving this challenge. And why Mopane worm? So you find Mopane worm is very rich in protein, very rich in your micronutrients, your zinc, your iron. Your protein is around 23%, 25%, which is very high. So we saw that Mopane worm, to some extent, can contribute to nutrition in these targeted groups. So hence we embarked on working on Mopane worm-based porridge. So the porridge we are working on, it's a porridge which constitutes traditional grains, which already the government of Zimbabwe is promoting. In this particular instance, we're targeting sorghum and pearl millet. These two traditional grains are very rich in your micronutrients. Your zinc, your iron are high in these traditional grains. So then you combine this with your Mopane worm, which is already high in protein content, then we have a very good product. So our project has almost 3 work packages. The first one being the semi-domestication of Mopane worm, whereby we want to increase the quantities of our raw material Mopane worm by sort of domesticating them. So that's what UZ and to some extent Marondera University is working on. So you use that, you have Dr. Sithole, Dr. Bara, who are working on these issues of trying to rear Mopane worm within a confined environment. So they're doing a lot of studies regarding Mopane worm rearing. So once we have enough Mopane worm in a sustainable manner, the second work package now, which involves Chinhoyi University, Abertay University, is trying to develop that formulation of the porridge. A ready-to-eat, ready-to-cook porridge, which you just pour in hot water or milk, then you consume the porridge. So that work package is working on that porridge, making sure it have enough nutrients to meet the daily requirements, nutrition requirements for children or for adults. So that's the second work package. So mainly it's laboratory based, but we'll rely on the raw material from the other work package 1. So after making the porridge, also the issues of bioaccessibility becomes very key. That's where the nutritionists are coming in. We have the University of Zimbabwe, we have Dr. Chopera, Dr. Matsungo, working on the nutrition, also with support from Sheffield University, where we have Dr. Viren. So here we intend to embark on a human trial, human efficacy trial, where we feed identified participants for almost 6 months, having the porridge. Then we're also going to take some blood samples, measure to see the absorption of these key nutrients. Our biomarker in this case is ferritin, so iron. That's what we'll use to see if our bodies are able to assimilate some of these micronutrients that we are saying are very high in the porridge. So that's the 3 work packages we are working on. We also have the Food and Nutrition Council, who are working on advocacy, policy issues. So they are there to support the scientific information that we are gathering. And I'm happy to say some NGOs are already adopting this concept. I think 4 or 5 other structures have been built by different other NGOs. then even the porridge itself, we have received very positive comments from the community itself, from different, we have been to different forums, your traditional food fair, trade fair, agricultural show, and today we were back in the community where we harvested the Mopane worm, showing them the porridge, having them do the sensory evaluation, tell us what they think, and I'm happy to announce that the comments from the community were very positive. They liked the porridge.
Hayi yona iyaleya kuri fela sesibona aresuri toeli to yote inyaka ka utowela uraro uya no ya hayi ri tobotwa imonati o bo ikapiela
just ya porridge ine right sibile ni ditswai ni chukela kere ine right sibile kare bangwe ba thakere ditswai aba dinyaki bangwe ba ditshukela aba inyaki so onka I recommended ka ministry na re bona right
porridge ka mo go ke tulene ka ona ya tsifa sibile zwela zo ka mati but ngari inyaka o yekejiwa ndenga ni chukela mbichana iye budi munyana ne letswai zitwalela ho jware zwa yekejiwa mbichana bunati ba dina ke bono re itoliwa ka bana go phela ne bagolwane ba toilelele banya gore ba ile ka re bona ngari ntale ka tsela bane ba ithalosa ka ona itilo ba ya futhi mili ya batho ka re ne lo jelinje ja o ba ya mili
na jimbichana mbari kuri moya ngwaya I think ngwaya ke pelebele
je ya tsifa kama ke testanga borondondo ine ripa bana ba crash
so NGO yamalima babe sikhuthaza ukuthi abantwana kumele sibanike iporridge yani efakwe amacimbi so thina sasingela knowledge le elibuyela enamuhla thina esasikwenza sasithatha amacimbi then siwakike kumbe siwachole then sibe sisifaka emputsheni yani liyana nje bese sinika umntwana so lapha na ukuthi khona kule insithi ngifuna ukuhamba le package eyodwa nje besifuna ukuthi khona sithathe umntwana oyedwa ongaba le malnutrition malnutrition siyenza siyalokuza ngemwaka ingalo yomntwana if it is red or yellow kakho right nje then usesiye klinika usephiwa i-platinum manje so mina khona kuyahambelana elibuyela kuyafana nakhona kuya so besithi kona kungahamba eclinic then test umntwana oyedwa sibona ukuthi kona kuyayenza
yona iporridge libile kamata then ritarile bulebuwa kamata ka lebala gore ke porridge tlo thusa bana ba rena e thusa ka ma resources ile ne ndawone ya uthaka na rena ne batho mapame ezikhaphileshe ya rona re a cina mphani gore mapame zale aphile batho ba sworo rema mpani mahlana gore mvele desikalian desikali chabale ya chabers right mama Mopane webs kamata Uganda district are please kamata because this time of hunger re konjerekela bupi bana le koloni re kana rusa mama Mopane webs kana re kala khomo anything thuso wela na go yana Mopane webs kana re community yote ba ide ithagetse ka re to khona chelete through kamarsus ngaba mfuna ukukhumala ukuthi ngifisa ukuthi kene kupara community ya yes eGwanda district respect kakhulu Mopane webs because ke ma resources are please njalo ato ba future ya bana ba rena so no protect ya ma resources ya to ba rena re ma mere this and that is the issue re be na ke re no mara tsama re sela future ya bana ba rena gore ba phile ka Mopane.
So for Gwanda community with Mopane worms is one of the important source of livelihoods for the community as well as other people who come to buy or harvest Mopane worms and take to their areas. Mopane worms occur twice every year and they provide seasonal employment for the people and also much needed nutrients for the community. So Mopane worms are that's important to the people of Gwanda every season, and the local communities have incentives to conserve their forests. If you go around Gwanda, you see that most Mopane trees are well conserved. But also the commercialization or increased commercialization of Mopane worms have brought about challenges of unsustainable harvesting and cutting down of trees, which we are working to ensure that that does not happen, to ensure sustainability.
Phakathi komnyaka sile amasizini angu-2 amacimbi. So ngiyakwanisa ukuthi sile season ka-April ya December. So ngo-April ngiyakwanisa ukuthi ngibambe almost 10 to 12 buckets ngesizini ka-April. And then kweka-December, yikho ka-December iba short isizini yakhona ayibi lesikhathi eside. Ngiyakwanisa ukuthi ngibambe nxa kuthiwa 7 ngiyakwanisa ukubamba noma 7. Eteli 1 siyenza 25 US.
Alright.
25 US sithengisa ngayo kumbe nxa sithengisa ngama-runs ngoba lapha siyanto ukuthi sithengisa ngama-runs vena ama-runs sithengisa nge-450 kusiya ku-500. Yeah, esifisa ukuthi singancedakala ngakho ukuthi sikwanise ukuthi sithole ama-market ukuthi sithengise amacimbi ethu fast ngoba athi siwathengisa ngama-1 akubi le budget vele ngoba ngizathengisa ibhaket elilodwa ngiyenza izinto ezincane but nxa ngiwathengisa eyi-1 10 buckets zona ezoka-once ngiyakwanisa ukuthi ngiyenza enye into engani iyaphila ngcono ezangisiza lamukela kusasa.
Entomologists in the Insects for Nutrition project are studying Mopane worms to increase the production of this protein-rich insect. Increased output of Mopane worms will not only guarantee a constant supply of the Mopane worm-enriched Manutro porridge, but it will also ensure an all-year-round supply of the highly nutritious Mopane worms to the generality of the Zimbabwean population.
Okay, what we have here is a reading structure. So it's a semi-domesticating project. So essentially what we want to try to do is we want to understand the biology and ecology of Mopane worms. So the moment we understand the biology and ecology, we can manipulate it so that we take full advantage of the nutritious protein that the Mopane worms have. So that's the whole idea behind this. So this structure here, what it simply does is creates a micro-environment, suitable microclimate so that we're able to monitor these Mopane worms. So essentially that's what this shade structure does, is prevents too much sunlight, prevents predation from other insects and other animals. So in essence, we keep all the Mopane worms in here and we can monitor and study them over a period of time. So essentially what we have are incubation pits. What we've done is we put in some pre-pupae. Essentially what we intend to do is we want to see the best substrate that will result in greater emergence of the moths. So what we have is certain treatments. We have about 2 treatments and 4 replications in these 3 blocks. What we will do is we will monitor the emergence over a period of time. For example, a month or so, when they begin to emerge the moths, then we begin to study to see if any of the substrates is better at pupation.
So for this project, we are looking at how we can produce more of this Mopane worm. And secondly, we are looking at how we can break the diapause. I will explain a little bit more. Let me go back to the first point of increasing productivity. The moth is present only 2 seasons per year, starting from November up to about this time, we get the first generation. From this time to about April, we get the second generation, and that's it. After we harvest in April, there's no more Mopane moth to harvest. Throughout the winter, the insect goes through what is known as diapause, or it rests during that period until the rains come in October, November. Then we get the adults emerging from the cocoons, starting to lay eggs. The eggs hatch into the Mopane larvae, which are here in these trees. The Mopane larvae then will pupate into those pits we've prepared. So we are testing really the best way of pupation for this moth, which is the best way, which will give us the maximum number of moth, because we want to produce more of this moth if we are to be continuously producing the nutritious porridge, which can be good for our communities, for our nation, and even for export. So the second part of the project, as I said, we are trying to break the diapause so that we don't have that long period from May to October when we don't have any Mopane worms to harvest. So we are going to start with the lab experiments where we are going to take the pupa, which are going to come out of the lab experiments, which are similar to this one. Then we take those pupa, we test them in various ways using cold and heat, trying to break the diapause. Once we succeed, we can have Mopane worms throughout the year.